Right now, Sherry Lansing. Sherry, it's so nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you also.
Thank you. You have, in a relatively brief period of time, had a tremendously successful career in different areas of show business. As a model, as an actress, executive story editor, production chief, now your own company. What to you is the most stimulating aspect of this wonderful business called motion pictures?
Making movies. It's the thing that I always wanted to do, which is to actually produce movies, which is what I'm doing now. To me, that's the most creative aspect and the most satisfying.
Mm-hmm. What single thing about it, just the fact that you're able to find that property and...
Well, I think that filmmaking is the most powerful means of communication that exists. You have a chance to really affect people's emotions and to affect the way they think. And if you have a vision, if you have a story that you want to tell or a message that you want to get across, you can do that through pictures. Mm-hmm. And so actually shaping that vision and producing the movie is, to me, the most stimulating and exciting thing that I could ever imagine doing.
I couldn't agree with you more. What, Fatal Attraction, your latest film, is a motion picture that certainly classifies as a supreme suspense thriller. And yet I think there are other things at play in this movie too, aren't there?
I think it is an extremely suspenseful picture, hopefully in the vein like of an Alfred Hitchcock type movie. But it started with an idea that I've always had, as well as my partner Stanley Jaffe has always had, which is that every action that you have, every action that you do has a consequence to it. That there's no such thing as a meaningless action. There's no such thing as a one-night stand. And from that, we built a story. I've also always been fascinated by the whole area of obsession. I've always been fascinated by taking a woman who starts out sane and who goes all the way through to total insanity. And it really happens because there's one married man too many in her life. Mm-hmm. So those two elements combined gave us the underpinning, the substance for Fatal Attraction. And of course then we created a very suspenseful story, which hopefully will frighten you as well as move you.
Without giving anything away then, concerning the plot, is it, do you see in this film that both the Michael Douglas character and the Glenn Close character paid a price?
Very much so. Very much so. I think, again, there is no such thing as a one-night stand. And every action that you have has a consequence to it. And Michael Douglas, who starts out as a happily married man, lives every man's nightmare. And Glenn Close, who starts out as a very independent, sophisticated woman, totally goes over the edge and becomes insane. Mm-hmm. And becomes obsessed with someone and thinks she can't live without him. So they both pay a very, very heavy price for this one night.
Whatever film you're making, how active a part do you play? Once you turn the film, in a sense, over to the director, is it then his film, or are you still an active participant?
Well, fortunately for us, meaning my partner and myself, filmmaking has been a very collaborative effort. And because of that, with all the directors that we've worked with, including Adrian Lyne, we've always been included in the process. We are on the set every day from 6 o'clock in the morning till 8 or 9 at night. We see the dailies every day. And we're involved in all the decision-making, though clearly it is the director who's directing the movie. Mm-hmm. But we've been fortunate enough to be included in the process, and that is also what makes it so exciting. I don't think I could develop a screenplay, be involved in the casting, and then just turn it over to somebody. That's sort of like giving your child to somebody and saying, here, raise it, and I hope it turns out good. I couldn't do that. I need to be involved day in and day out in the making of the movie, in the post-production of that movie, and really be included. And fortunately, that's how we've been making movies.
I must ask you, during your tenure as head of production at 20th Century Fox, what do you count as among your proudest achievements?
Well, I'm proud of every picture that we made, to be honest with you. Not all of them were successful, but every picture that we committed to, I believed in strongly, and I thought they would be successful. So it's easy for me to say that I'm proudest of The Verdict or Chariots of Fire or Quest for Fire or Taps because they were enormously successful.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also very proud of a picture called Author with Al Pacino,
Yes.
which I loved, and I guess the audience didn't. But I'm very, very proud of it, and I look at it on cassette, and I still don't know why they didn't love it because I think it's great.
Yeah, yeah. I think you can look back and see certain things really in each film and wonder why at the time didn't it catch on. And certainly with some films, they have caught on later.
In cassette. I mean,
Exactly.
for example, Author in another picture, King of Comedy, which is Marty Scorsese's picture, which I think is sheer brilliance.
Yeah.
They've caught on in cassette, but they didn't catch on in the theatrical runs.
What's up next for the Lansing and Jaffe?
We have a picture called The Accused with Kelly McGillis and Jodie Foster, which is a courtroom drama, which should come out in February. We just finished shooting that actually in Canada. So
Wonderful.
we've been busy.
Indeed. Well, I want to wish you much success with
Thank you,
with Fatal
thank you.
Attraction.
We're really quite proud of it. It was an extraordinarily pleasant experience to make the movie, and it's rare when everybody gets along as well as we all did, and it made it just the most positive experience I've ever had.
Wonderful. Thank you for taking
Thank you, thank you. It's nice to see you.
Thank you.
So you hear what I did, right? I called the doctor. You know what he says? Congratulations. I can't even imagine what she told her. Anyway, that's not the end of it. So after I talked to the doctor, this morning, I broke into her apartment. I know you. Me, a lawyer, breaking and entering. I don't know, I'm looking for something, anything to get a handle on what I'm dealing with here. I thought maybe I can find out she's sleeping with somebody else, you know. Well, I didn't find any. Anyway, I didn't find out anything. Jimmy, I don't know anything about family law, okay? So you gotta help me now. What kind of case does she really have?
Well, it ain't good.
She keeps calling the apartment. Every time Beth answers the phone, she hangs up. I'm scared, Jimmy. I don't want to lose my family.